Yeah. Back once again. It's the friendly neighborhood wash gods.
Yeah. You already know. I'm Sean-Luc Picard.
And I am Draft.
Wash never washed up.
Yeah. It feels good to be back, as I always say.
So,
go ahead.
As he tries to hold this out here, let's get this ruling now. I was always taught that if you playing this game, it's got to be below the hip. Like you gotta get somebody to look at it. So holding it out here.
I didn't even realize he did that. All right, cool.
I want to get everybody that was watching this out.
All right, well, shout out to them.
I got everybody else who play by the rules.
All right,
twice.
But yeah, we are back once again. We are the Wash Guards. Wash never washed up.
Wash never washed up, man. As you can see,
we got the homie Rikki Blue in the motherfucking house tonight. Round of applause for him.
Gunshots, applause, nigga. Panties.
That y'all
ladies
gonna come to realize we're doing as I said on the last extra pod, we're doing more pods, so bringing the homies in. But we're gonna do it how we usually do. How was your week, man? Well, how are you? Let's do that. How are you, Sean?
I'm well. I've recently put my 2 weeks notice in. My 2 weeks is up, so I'm a free man, at least for the next.
Freeman.
Yeah.
Sean Freeman.
Sean Freeman, you see me. For however so long I desire or I can afford it. But that being said, it's been cool. I spent the better part of today before the pod just trying to get my equilibrium back, feeling like I had a weight lifted up off my shoulders. And I don't want to be dramatic, but it kind of do feel like that.
Shout out to that terrible movie.
Yeah.
Equilibrium, that shit sucked. But anyway. Yeah.
But I didn't see it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. It was like Matrix going wrong.
I closed my eyes.
Remember that? Those years during the Matrix years where all those movies were trying to do Matrix like movies.
Yeah. Like you gotta have the obligatory slow mo.
Yeah. The only movie that came close to it, I feel like, was Limitless. That gave me Matrix-esque energy. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that was kind of in the Crouching Tiger phase too. Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
He was just flying for no reason.
Flying.
I saw the strings.
Not a long stride.
I saw the strings, bro. I was just like, these niggas is flying on the zip.
Anyway,
shout out you and Ro Ping.
Yeah. Anyway.
But to that adage, it's been a fight. I think it's gonna be another one, but I'm trying to start my endeavor in the independence as far as like being on my own time with productivity.
It's awful.
Yeah, I know. It don't. I've been here before. Like it's a cycle. Like I go through phases where, like I just gotta kind of completely switch gears. I don't want to look at it like destroying it because it's like the energy does go into something else. Just because of how you operate. I think we talked about it on the pod. Like I can see a lot of like how you work now and the way you came up at a point in time when you were in school. Like there's a certain measure of programming involved in your habits now.
Yeah, the blessing and the curse of that, I say, is like, because, when I have downtime, like, it's no way for me not to feel guilty about myself. Like, it's hard for me to just enjoy empty space, because I'm always looking like, damn, man.
Supposed to be doing something.
Yeah, I should be doing this. I should be doing that. Like, and then I'll go do whatever the thing I think I should be doing, and then I'll be like, yo, this ain't it. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a certain measure of strength that come with, like, being still. Like, this morning was difficult because I'm like, man, I know I got shit over my head. But at the same time, I got time to do it now. And it's almost like it's a relief to know that, like, you're not just lazy. You just making good use of your time. Like, there's a
I feel like that shit is a symptom of capitalism, bro. And, like, how it wears and tears on, like, the psyche. And, like, you know what I'm saying? How it's engineered to make you feel as if when you're not doing anything that you're being lazy.
Yeah.
And that there's this constant force pushing you. Hey, nigga, poverty right around the corner.
Yeah. That's all I think about. Like,
trying to escape homelessness.
I'm one step from being homeless.
If niggas could escape the grasp of homelessness.
Step away from the top. Step away from the block.
You know?
Step away from shooting up, getting shot.
The old Kanye line goes, it's like, I don't know what's better, getting paid or getting laid. I just know when I'm getting one, the other's getting away.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
Like that's, I feel like what that freelancing shit is for me, you know what I mean? Or if you want to call it whatever the fuck I'm doing right now, it's like, man.
It's like you either one lick or one jam away.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
it's hard to enjoy it.
Message.
I think you can find ways to thrive in that environment if you really take the time to figure out your angle. Yeah. And I think that's what this time period is.
And reassessing your shit is so frowned upon because niggas see that as, oh, you don't know what you doing. Or you supposed to have your shit together. Yeah. Or nigga, you 30. Or a nigga like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro. And I see it like this. It's like, bro, what are the odds? Like, you close your eyes, you got a pistol. What's your odds of hitting something? You gonna hit something. But if you open your eyes, nigga, and look at what you aiming at, your chances of hitting that motherfucker are exponentially increased just because you know what you aiming at. And like,
and you willing to take the shot.
It's okay, nigga. Like, you can step back and be like, nigga, hold on, wait. Who am I shooting at? What ops? What problems? What, you know what I'm saying?
What's gonna happen after this?
It's funny you brought that up. This is like a side tangent, but I finally got into because I never sleep, but I was up last night and I was watching the Cho, which I thought was really dope, man. I'm mad I didn't watch it earlier.
I don't know what that is.
David Cho, the artist.
Oh, okay. He's got a show again?
He has a show on FX. And it's amazing, actually.
Trippy? Is it trippy?
It's very trippy.
I love trippy shit.
It's super trippy.
You don't know who David Cho is?
I think nigga with the long hair.
Yeah, he's a painter. Yeah.
Nigga with the long
hair. He's an Asian cat.
Asian painter.
Korean.
He spent time in I believe it was a Japanese jail for a while because he was just wild.
He got that iconic glass, the little circle glasses you wearing?
Occasionally. I think you might be talking about...
I feel like you're thinking like Steve Aoki or something.
Right? That's exactly who I was thinking about. Was that racist?
Yeah. He talks about that too.
Stop Asian hate.
Yeah, but...
he did a really dope episode with Anthony Bourdain. I think he just auctioned off a painting he did to Anthony Bourdain not too long ago, but he's a real dope artist. Got a lot of money from Facebook.
Yeah. They go through his whole thing about how he kind of just accidentally fell into like $20-40 million on some just. Jeez. No, it was actually $200 million on some like Facebook stock shit that he just bought on some random shit. And but anyway, like he goes through all his like. He's basically going through his childhood and trying to find all the traumas that kind of made him him. And like one thing I learned about creative people, like watching that shit, is like, yo, everybody has that weird fucked up thing about them to where they can't really enjoy what they're doing to a certain extent. Because it's like, I don't know what it is. It's just about artist people. Because I'm like, everything they're saying is like, damn, this is why I do this. Because he goes through the whole thing about like why he thinks he's a painter. Like, how did I even get here? Like, what the fuck am I doing? It's just like, oh, maybe it comes from like, I know I always have to do something to feel accepted or all this other shit. Like you said, even maybe it's a symptom of capitalism too, but.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was rocking with this shorty and she told me I had a validation kink.
Yeah. I thought about that. Was the first thing I thought about.
She told me thank you and I had an erection. And I was like, she said, "Aw." And I was like, what?
So they had, it's funny you said that, and I don't even want to, we usually don't even.
Speed past it.
Yeah, no. We're going to stay right here.
Hang out. Yeah, my friend, y'all must miss the part where I said that my homeboy told me that I was personifying him as me.
But a part of the show, he talks to Asa Akira, the Asian porn star, and she talks about.
They used to have a podcast.
Yeah, they talked about that too. And one of the things she said, it stuck out with me. She's like, yo, I don't want to get too graphic, but she's like, dudes that have like, I feel like I have the best sex with, is like, they all have like mommy issues. They have weird relationships with their moms and shit.
Dun, dun, dun.
Like, we turn this shit off.
I thank y'all for watching, guys. Tune in next week, man. We got a new episode, new content, man. I'm Rikki Blue, man. It's been a pleasure talking to y'all.
Matter of fact, that was a random. That's why I was like, I don't even know if I should go down this road. But
no, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go there.
But I just thought about we can stay on Sean's. Well, we can stay on Sean's week.
Fuck this nigga week.
No, but like seriously, like I lost my mom when I was 17, man, and so like, ain't no chick ever met I never had that girl meet my mom shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like chasing ghosts.
I mean, me and Sean, I think we've openly talked about our parents being in Christian cults or whatever, or like
Whoa.
So take it or leave it.
It's a lot of little nuance shit that you pick up
through other people. The reason why I thought the show was so dope too, because like he literally says at the beginning of the show, like, yo, I'm going through this journey so people can go through their own journey and think about how they view things in their lives. And I'm like, yo, that's exactly what I did when I was watching it, because it's like, like seeing other people's trauma made me understand maybe my own trauma a little bit better.
Message.
Yeah, I think you go through that with different aspects of your life as you start to dive into whatever it is you're supposed to do. Like I do that shit with music. Like I don't necessarily know how I got here as far as my creative endeavors, but I knew that I always had a thing for words, and I always like art. The way things looked meant something to me, whether it be in a restaurant or a grocery store, or in the type of like colors, ideas that people convey through advertising. All that shit goes into what I do now, and having that sort of knowledge about how we got here gives me a certain sense of clarity on how I got other places, whether it be like emotionally with bitches, or like
as he was going through it,
family.
Like, I mean, like as you said, I was thinking about that. I was like, yo, how did I get here? How the fuck what made me start rapping and shit? And then I thought about like, I hate to get too deep, but fuck it. I thought about like when I was a kid, we used to do like talent shows for my parents and shit. So like I would literally like dress up like whatever the rapper was of the day. Like I remember like stealing one of my, back then people were still wearing the bandanas for like, women were still wearing them like bonnets and shit, like real like bandanas with the paisley print on it. Yeah. So like I remember tying up a bandana, trying to be Pac and shit, tying it in the front, like performing his songs for my parents. So it's like I think about that. I was like 8 or 9, or maybe younger than that, like 5, 6 doing that. So I'm like, maybe that's like the only time that I felt like really enjoyed and accepted. So like I'm still trying to get back to that now. Yeah. Like that's why maybe I make music or do podcasts. It's all entertainment shit. You know what I mean?
Sure. The thing
like
that you said about
the validation kink kind of thing. It's kind of like the same.
I think I get a high off being respected. I've said that before to like people, like women, like I get a high off being respected.
And there's another thing I thought about too, like a lot of like the artists that I noticed, like usually are kind of like outside the beaten path for like all the people they grew up around. So like they had an episode with Denzel Curry, and he just talked about the way he grew up, and it's like, man, this sounds exactly like it wasn't my life, but I could see the similarities, how we could get to the same place, how we both people become rappers.
Where you said that, hearing him explore his traumas kind of helped you recognize your own, like just like as artists, they tell us when you let your light shine, you allow other people permission to let theirs shine too. So I think that works on both ends of that spectrum. And
they literally say that. It's crazy because it's a quote in the show where he says like, yo, all the cracks in you, or it's like when the light shines through and shit.
Come on. I fuck with that shit, bro.
Yeah. I thought about that. I was like, yeah, because all like the trauma and the fucked up shit that I can say, whatever, happened in my life is what made me me. You know what I mean? Like, because I wouldn't like. So you're like, it's a lot of like he just has a lot of artists on there like kind of grappling with the shit that's fucked up like happened in their life, but that's also what gave them their powers. Like they're kind of like that's our origin story. When it like if you could compare artists to superheroes, like where they all have that moment that defines them. Like sometimes it's the trauma with artists almost.
For sure.
Like those and how like you decide to treat it.
And it may come off like in a masochist type of way. You know what I'm saying? How
definitely.
We kind of like relive these pains and
they
almost
talked about that.
And take that responsibility on ourselves to like, you know what I'm saying, help other people.
I remember it's been times where I'll be writing a verse and I'll burst into tears and I'll be like, man, why the fuck did I write this shit? Yeah. And then be like, yeah, I just gotta leave it. Like it's gotta work. Right. And then you gotta go perform that shit. Like and then you get to a point you get to a point where you feel completely differently than you did when you wrote it, but it still has a memory attached to it. And all of that is like when we had a conversation about people not understanding that all this shit comes at a cost. Like that's the cost that come with. Like you got to be yourself to
the world. With no regard to your own like ideas or how you're gonna feel about it after it's out there. Like these type of things really kind of like sit with you before you get to a point where you decide to convey it.
and having to come up with the words to formulate it so it makes sense. All that shit take a lot of energy.
Yeah, like in a physical sense, it would be like me walking up to you with 1,000 cuts on me, just bleeding profusely, and you, oh shit, I don't want to touch the nigga. But the next nigga got the same amount of cuts, but he got clothes. He's covered. He got all the clothes on, so you can't see it. He's hurting just the same way. It's just like because it's just not displayed. I look crazy for talking about it.
Yeah,
it's like because what I think about artists is like it's not that we have unique traumas. I think everybody has unique traumas. It's just like, the way we process is different. You know, like we process in a very specific way that maybe other people don't. And but yeah, it was just interesting to see all the like.
Is it all for attention? Is it all for, you know what I'm saying, acceptance? And I mean,
that is the big question. Like I often think about that thing.
We fool ourselves into thinking, you know, okay, it's for us.
It's the art.
It's the art. But like essentially, we're trying to prove ourselves worthy. Yeah. We're trying to prove ourselves worthy of love. We're trying to prove ourselves worthy of.
I think
the things that
one of y'all posted this shit today. I don't know who it was. I thought I saw it on one of y'all IGs. I think the quote was from Wiz. He's like, the goal is to. Oh, it was you. He's like, the goal is to enjoy this shit, not get everything you want, and still have all this anxiety, whatever the quote was, but like have all this trauma and shit around it. It's like, no, the goal is to enjoy this shit. Because I think, you know, like as you try to claw your way to the top in whatever entertainment field you do, you fuck around and lose everything. Like, you know what I mean? And then by the time you get to the end, you looking around, you're probably surrounded by 1,000 strangers because you had to make all these people new friends to get to certain places. And it's like, what was it all for? You know what I mean? So like, as you said, it is tricky to say, yo, we just doing it for the art. But it's like, man, how much would you love the art to lose everything and shit, right. You know? It's you know, that's why it was good to watch the show because you start to see, oh man, maybe this is what artists is like. This is what artistry is. It's like it's losing everything and coming out on the other side and having a new perspective. It's like you're killing one person and creating a whole nother person as you go through this shit.
On me.
That being said, how was your week?
Oh, that shit got really deep. Yeah. Yeah. We didn't get into this.
Quantum loop.
Yeah. It's cool. Nah. Shit, man, it's needed, bro. Conversations like these need to be had, like, because you know that's the problem. Like the whole front facing shit. I think that's the problem with most people. If we never talk about this shit, then the problems never really get fixed, man. Maybe the fucking next artist. Goddamn, don't gotta be fucked up and shit. He ain't gotta lose his whole family.
I'm gonna sock this nigga, bro. I'm gonna sock this nigga.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, my week was cool though. I mean, I guess with just as far as me, I'm good, man. Like as you said, with the whole freelancing shit. Like I said, I can't call what I'm doing freelancing, but I'm trying to stay busy in the creative fields that I've been doing this whole time. So I mean. I've been trying to take more time to be thankful. Like, when things are really fucked up is the times I'm sitting back like, damn, shit could be a lot worse. Because if this is what it is, then I can handle this. But, because I know where the shit could go. So, you know, I've been in like a lot of situations where I was like, I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen next. And I still kind of feel like that, but.
Winging it, baby.
But
freelancing is kind of being comfortable doing that.
Yeah, you kind of just get comfortable in the madness of things, in the uncertainty.
Vine to vine.
Yeah, like I'm not comfortable with being uncertain, but I'm accepting whatever comes with it. Like I remember the best advice somebody gave me a long time ago was like, whatever you're going through, remember it was another situation exactly like this, and you got through that shit, and you didn't think you was. So this is just probably another one of those. But yeah, other than that,
you know how I deal with shit now, and I've consciously made myself think about it. I'd be like, if ever I go through some fucked up shit or some real traumatizing or some just hoe ass shit, I'm like, you know what? Some Geechee is around the corner, and I just gotta get past this hoe ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like for every action, there's opposite reaction. So like, I start looking at shit like, all right, I'm still looking for the good. I still know that shit. It's on the way because the presence of this fuck shit mean.
I feel like that's definitely a good way to look at it, but
that just helped me like when I consciously do it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. You're right. Because I think I get sometimes in these holes where when I'm having good days, I'm thinking the opposite too. You know, come with that thinking like, man, I'm up too high.
Like, oh shit,
the hammer coming.
But
bro.
even then, that's where that's preparation though.
Yeah.
That's preparation.
But I feel like sometimes it takes away from the highs. That's why I think you got to get to a point where you're just fluid. You're accepting everything.
You got to be in the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of that takes a certain
accepting everything.
Like we was
for
talking
what
about
it
on the way up here, like the proper preparation that goes into being confident in what you do. Like you start prepping for those moments, and that's what I think another part of freelancing. Shout out Sean Ford. Sean Ford gave me like. You give yourself the certain freedom to be lazy if you know you put in the work. Like so, when there are down times, you enjoy it. You use it as inspiration to create. And
I remember times we was sleeping in that car, nigga. I remember times we didn't have nowhere. We couldn't sit still. We had to stand up. It wasn't nowhere to lay down. When I'm in that king size bed at the crib, and I realized, nigga, this is my first year being not homeless, and I didn't held it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. Nigga, I be enjoying that shit. Nigga, I wake up at 7 a.m. and I'm like, bitch, I'm rolling over. What? Bitch, what?
Yeah.
Because I remember, bro, when I was on the couch and niggas played me crazy
and the goal is to perpetuate that in every aspect, like every moment you get to prove your point, like the point that you was trying to get across when you started this shit. That's why I say it is more than attention for me, because like I would prefer to be really, really good at something and people recognize it for what it is on their own than ever try to sell it to anybody. Like, so if I got to sell it, like I'm not doing myself the justice I think.
Niggas have to sell dope.
Yeah, but good dope sell itself.
Yeah.
They got to know you got some dope, though. You got to tell them, nigga, you got to put it in their face. I hear you, man.
But overall, man.
My bad.
No complaining.
My whole
No, it's all good. I'm just saying, though, like, because you really hard, and a lot of times niggas just sit in that place where, man, I'm cool with them niggas not giving you. Nah, fuck that, nigga. We pressing that. Nah, they got to give it.
Half the reason why we here is like, you know what I mean? Like, for me,
I say it, nigga. If you want, nigga, fuck them niggas.
And you right.
I feel like I had to make the decision in my life at a certain point where it's like, you know what? It ain't about me. It ain't just about me trying to get good at something. It's about me forcing this shit to happen.
Fuck you talking about?
It's
giving
about
myself no other option but this
giving the
variable,
world
nigga.
no option.
Fuck you talking
Motherfucker,
about?
We gonna have so many seeds out here that nigga, one of these motherfuckers.
Some gonna grow, goddamn.
We gonna have to force this shit because sometimes I do think us as artists we want our art to be respected in a certain light, but because it's such a fucking flood of rappers or everything, it's a flood of. Because everybody can create something now, it's going to take you to put that little extra in because it's not even about just being good.
No, that's true. I guess I'm speaking from a place of passion. Like, I do respect the idea of having...
We all live in that passion world, but the world don't allow you to be just passionate about something. It make, like, as he said, with capitalism, that honestly interferes with art. I think if it wasn't such a capitalistic system with the art world, then we could all sit back and just make that shit at our leisure. But because it gotta be rich, it's a machine,
it gotta be poor, nigga. Like you gotta have not, nigga. Like come on, fool. It ain't set up for that. It ain't set up for your leisure.
Ain't trying to go to the grocery store and see no bread on the shelf. You got to keep that bread on the shelf. Like 'cause every other store got bread on the shelf.
Come on,
you know what I mean? So like, it just is what it is. But yeah. I ain't gonna talk about myself no more. I like to get into Rikki, man. This motherfucker's here. You already been talking now, so Rikki, man. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Cause I don't really know shit about you.
Damn, nigga.
I don't.
And I do consider us good
cool
friends.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, I don't know your mama name.
No, exactly.
She's a great lady.
See that?
You know, but even in the proximity of like our friendship, it's been more respect.
But we haven't had that time to really delve into the things.
For sure.
So let's start it off. Tell the people where you from.
I am from Dallas, Texas, Pleasant Grove to be exact.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, nigga.
All right, so
Southeast Dallas.
We already talked about this shit. I wanted to really say this question for you, but so like I talked about earlier in the podcast, I was like 6 or 7 performing for my parents, and like now when I look back, like that was probably the moment where, oh damn, that was like my rapper moment where that probably made me me. Yeah. So what do you think that moment was for you?
I was bred into this shit, like we had a family group growing up called Southern Kingdom. And if you
like
look
blood
up,
family?
like my mama, my daddy, my brother, and my sister. And
Yeah, it's crazy.
if y'all look it up on YouTube now, it's probably gonna be super embarrassing. Y'all
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But it's called Southern Kingdom, the first family of righteous hip hop. So
Wow.
the type of music we were making was all, non-secular music that was glorifying the Most High and uplifting our people.
That's crazy. So how old were you around this time?
Man, okay, so my first song was like, I was 4 years old, and we did a song called "You Better Watch Yourself," and it was about crossing the street safely.
So were you writing the rhymes back then?
My dad wrote my first verse.
Oh, that's crazy.
And
bro.
after my dad wrote my verse, he never wrote nothing else.
Nigga trying to clear it up. Oh, Drake ass nigga over here. Nah.
I still remember that. I still
OG Blue, bro.
I still remember that.
OG Blue.
I still remember that. Man. Shout out my
The
pop.
real writer of writers.
Father.
The nigga he gave me my pen.
Literally gave you his pen.
No, for real. So like,
that's funny.
so we had the Blue Kids group. We was winning talent shows in elementary schools. Like, shout out to Edna Rowe. You know what I'm saying? Edna Rowe Road Runners. You know what I'm saying? The Blue Kids go down in history.
That's crazy.
But after we kind of came from that, and my dad started to come into the faith. You know what I'm saying? Of identifying as a Hebrew Israelite, not to be confused with the Messianic niggas that screaming on the corners.
That's crazy.
Although, hey, shout out to them niggas because it's a place for everything.
That's the niggas with the armor?
Getting the gauntlets.
Yeah.
Them niggas be going crazy. Them niggas be going crazy. Shout out to them niggas, salute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, we practiced a pre-Talmudic form of Judaism where, we wasn't Messianic. So we were strictly in the Torah and the Tanakh and the Old Testament. And just tried to stay as true to the source as possible.
Let's not leave that. All right.
So in that's where my beginning music is.
All right, I got a question.
Okay.
All right, so based on your background, as far as family structure and religion, how do you feel like that affected the way that you convey ideas through music now?
Like being 1 foot out of that and then growing up in Pleasant Grove is a crazy, dynamic in itself. So ever since I was young, I was able to see things from two perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Like what I got to deal with outside.
I was gonna ask
but
you
what
that.
go on in this crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Like you can't be everything you are at home outside. Like,
ain't no way.
Yeah.
You get stumped out. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or you gonna be lame. Or
Like, what the fuck is up with this
know what I'm
nigga,
saying?
man?
Or you gonna, So it's like, there was a certain level of understanding that I had where being the youngest, I see my brother and sister mess up or not. You know what I'm saying? As the younger sibling, and I can remix it and figure out what worked for me and how I can convey these same principles that I do agree with, while not berating niggas and being something that's, opposing shit rather than bringing shit together. You know what I'm saying? And so I went through all of that, man. Like nigga, kids used to throw rocks at me on the fucking monkey bars because I didn't pray to Jesus. So seeing the ignorance of kids or like things like that, and we coming to school with our Passover meals, niggas looking at us like we crazy, but it's also an opportunity to educate your people. And these same niggas that, I had to develop my checking skills with, came back years later like, damn, bro, you was always on something. Like, now I'm coming into it. And so,
isn't that the story for everyone?
And like for me, I don't have an ego with it where I'm like, yeah, you bitch ass nigga. It's more so like, it's more like, bro, man, I understood it way before y'all niggas even. So
I get what you doing,
came
bro.
with it,
Welcome.
bro. That came with it. You had to do that. I ain't have to do that. But regardless, bro, it gave me a different perspective. So like with my music now, that's why I feel like my transgenerational dialogue, my ability to appeal to not only young niggas but old niggas alike, comes from me seeking to find the common ground where I could relate it to niggas without it being preachy, condescending, you know what I'm saying? Judgmental or anything that ain't bringing niggas closer, for.
Right.
So let's I want to still like stay at your like beginning stage type shit.
For sure.
So where'd you do your first show at?
Man, my first show as an artist.
Yeah, single. You on the stage, microphone, and a DJ.
SOBs in New York.
That's crazy.
Opening up for Absol.
That's crazy. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Your
See,
first-
I told you I didn't know
first
shit
show.
about you. This
My
shit, like,
first
I
show.
should know about you.
My first
That's
show.
insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. So how was that experience? Like, what was that? Talk about that.
Insane, man. Shout out to my first.
Was that your first time in New York?
My first, yeah. That was the first time for a lot of shit. Shout out to my first manager ever, Capri Shorter, one of the most powerful black women I've ever encountered in my life. Had I been more mature, we'd probably still be working together.
Yeah,
being
we
that,
all. Yeah, we
you
all.
know,
I
being
understand
that artist
Yeah, I know that.
that is so reluctant to relinquish his control and not let somebody.
Yeah, because you got
really
your
do
vision
their job.
and
the whole time
you gotta be a team player, baby. But we learned that in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
You
great
gotta
people,
build a team.
great people end up becoming casualties of character. You know, and
That's
it
a hell of a
sucks.
quote.
It sucks because you know you can't get that back. You can't even get that. They're gonna always remember whatever it was, no matter how big or small.
They remember you at your most immature stage or something. It's like,
Man,
yo, that wasn't even really
I almost
me.
can't even grow from that. And hopefully one day, you know, things are, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But how was the reception from the crowd when you were performing?
Man, you know what's crazy? The whole time I was there, I was thinking, man, these niggas boo Big Crit, fool. They gonna hate me.
Yeah, that's why I asked. Yeah,
That's my mental, because I'm
going
like,
in. Yeah,
you know, but I always felt like, you know, me seeking to, my sound has always been, okay, I can't just be one way, or I can't just sound like Texas. Like I have to expand my
you definitely
palette.
have your own style. Like, I
Yeah,
definitely
for
feel
sure,
like you have
for
your own
sure.
style.
So like, they didn't see me as
A Texas nigga.
or a Southern nigga, or
in general.
any. They just saw me
That's
as
an artist.
a tall nigga on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And man, I did some immature shit. I ended up me and my shout out to my nigga Cody. Thank God for Cody.
Shout out
man.
Cody.
Shout out to Cody. 2 minutes before the set, we changed the set from what my manager told us to do. You know what I'm saying? So these are immature shit. He looked at me like immature shit. You know what I'm saying? That we saw, we felt like the energy of the crowd. You know,
Let's do this now. Yeah.
you know, it wasn't bad. You know, I still got fans to this day from that. But that was a learning moment, a teaching moment, a humbling moment. The niggas loved me. Like, they crowd went crazy. It was great. You know, I met Guru. Nigga, I got video of Guru telling me that I'm him.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
So, all right. So you do that show at SOB.
Oh, not that Guru.
Yeah, not him.
Oh, you talking about Guru?
Jay-Z Guru.
Okay.
Young Guru.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
I was like, I looked at this, y'all see that on camera? I was like, what?
I actually thought you were talking about Guru too.
Gangstar
I thought you were
Guru.
Gangstar Guru.
Nah, man,
Yeah.
but RIP him too. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, like, met everybody that night.
Not two.
Not two.
Yeah,
Young
Young
Guru's
Guru's alive.
still alive.
Yeah, no, Young Guru's alive. Guru's dead.
Yeah, no.
But it's-
Man,
That nigga Rikki
that-
looked at his puzzle.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
All right, so you do the show at SOB.
Nigga, I meet ASAP Yams. I
RPA Sep
I
Yams.
meet everybody, bro. I meet everybody in the backstage, nigga. And the problem is, as an artist, this is where I learned my limits. This is where I learned I couldn't drink and smoke like I do before shows. I was high as shit, my boy, fucking with them niggas. The first time I seen Fonto out the Ziploc bag, these niggas pulled it out. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
This nigga got a blunt blanket.
This nigga got a blunt napkin, a blunt quilt, nigga. And I was like, what the fuck? And so, you know, I experienced a lot. Niggas smoked Dizza, all them niggas, Ab-Soul, Kendrick, everybody pulled up, nigga. Like, it was beautiful. And that just showed me, that opportunity showed me, nigga, I can do this shit. Not only can I do this shit, nigga, I just did this shit. Like,
Yeah.
and I got this wig, this shit. Nigga, I was
That's
on
a crazy base to start
nigga,
off
I
of,
was
like
on
creating your
probation.
perspective on rap.
I was on state probation in Tennessee, nigga, and did not tell my PO, nigga, that I was going to New York because I knew she wasn't gonna let me.
Cause why?
Cause nigga,
Cause
I'm
why?
a rapper, nigga.
Take risks.
What? And so at that point, that shit just opened it up, man. And so I ended up touring Tennessee, going to show Clarksville, nigga, Knoxville, nigga, Chattanooga. Shout out to everybody in Chattanooga.
Yeah, shout out Chat.
And
Brian.
shout out to Clarksville for real, bro. Like, that was the first city to really support me outside of my own city. Like, the youth of Clarksville got behind me.
I don't want to skip too much ahead before we even get into all that. I want to do this.
My bad.
No, you good.
Back home.
I wanna say like, what was the moment for you where you? Okay, so was SOBs the moment where you felt like, all right, fuck this shit, nigga. I feel like, nigga, it's time to put my head down and just really dive completely.
Nah, when I caught that charge was the time I said, fuck this shit.
So this is after the SOB show?
Before the
SOB. Okay, got you. So
wild.
at this point, when you're doing the SOB show, you're already
I'm already like, nigga, fuck it. Nigga, me and my nigga, we drove to New York. Shout out my nigga Rich Kid Rikki, man. Nigga, my partners paid for the hotel. Nigga, I'm so happy to be there, nigga. I slept on the floor.
Yeah, we are there, yeah.
I'm the reason why we here.
Been there.
But I'm so selfless, bro. Like at that time, nigga, I know what I want for myself. I know that this is big for me, nigga. It may not feel like it. It may feel just like opening up it SOBs for somebody, but like, nah, bro.
So you do your first show. I'm assuming you went back to Texas after that?
No, I went back to Tennessee. See, I was on state probation.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still, bro. It was at the point to where I left okay, Texas
so like, so what I knew about you is like, I remember like, since I've seen you again, since you've been back in the city, I'm like, I've been seeing you like drop all this Texas shit. I'm like, nigga, I thought this motherfucker was from Tennessee.
Nah, I went to college.
I guess because
college.
Okay.
I just went to college in Tennessee, and I ended up having to stay in Tennessee way longer than I planned because I caught that charge. And at that time, nigga, I wasn't finna go back to the crib because, bitch, I left the crib to get rich.
Right.
Not to catch a charge.
Yeah.
So now I'm embarrassed. Now I'm trying to figure it out.
At what point did we meet? Were you already in?
I was out of college. I was out of I just used to visit Clarksville, but like, I was already out of college. Like, I went to college in 2010, right? Caught my charge in like 2012. So that's 2 more years that I'm in Tennessee. It's 2014.
So you're in Tennessee.
I moved to Atlanta in 2015.
So while you were in Tennessee, were like you dropping albums or what were you doing?
Yeah, man, I dropped my first tape in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I met y'all when I went out to South by from Tennessee.
Okay.
And then, you know what I'm saying, I ended up moving to Atlanta just on some, after I got out probation type shit.
So what brought you to Atlanta?
Bro, so I'm in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, right? I didn't caught a charge where I had 12 grams of weed, a gas mask, some scales, and some baggage, right? Folks gave me 2 years state probation.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, all right.
I thought you about to say 2 years.
Ended up.
Some niggas like that got 2 years for shit like that.
Nah, for sure. Some niggas got 20 for 2 ounces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, however that go, public defender, you know what I'm saying? How that shit, a college nigga.
Take them.
Not even trying to get the help from my resources, because I don't even want to tell people back home that I didn't.
Got fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Nigga, you done did all this shit in your life just to go to college and catch a charge on some dumb ass. Anyway, it was a conspiracy. Regardless.
Allegedly.
Man, I don't even remember, you know what I'm saying, where I was going with that. Keep it a bean.
You in Tennessee, you're dropping tapes.
Yeah, so I dropped the tape in 2013. I dropped the tape
So,
because
like, what brought you to Atlanta? Like, how'd you get from Tennessee to Atlanta?
I had to go somewhere else, nigga. After getting out probation.
You just like, I gotta get the fuck away.
But I gotta get the fuck away from her. So I had been coming down to Atlanta, linking with y'all at every time y'all see me at Tree Sound, I didn't live in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I lived in Tennessee.
That's why we thought you was from Tennessee.
Yeah, I lived in Tennessee. We was just coming down for like a weekend at a time, or a week at a time.
Okay.
And every time we come, I'm linking with Childish, or I'm linking at Tree Sound, or I'm doing something like with the homies. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, I just started seeding myself, just getting out there, putting myself out there, and developing like real friendships. And I don't know, man. Like Atlanta just seemed like where I had to be at the time. You know what I'm saying? It just felt right. And I ended up getting out. I got out probation in like December, nigga. And January came around. January 14th, nigga, I moved down here. Nigga, with like $1,200.
God damn.
Came over here thinking my job at Journeys was gonna transfer. Nigga, I ended up going. They end up, nigga, putting me out in the outlet mall in Decula. Bitch, I moved to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck I'm gonna do in the what? I ain't got no
meth.
Nah. So at that point, I was forced to become an international rap star. You know. So at that point, it was just like every opportunity I tried to create a safety net that wasn't me going all in, it failed miserably. Every time I bet on me all in with this music, nigga, it grew organically. It was beautiful. So yeah, niggas be trying to play it safe and you end up fucking yourself up because your heart, it's like, nigga, the universe don't respond to what you say you want.
You gotta do it.
Respond to like what you really want on the inside. And
sometimes works is dead.
Sometimes niggas just want stability. Sometimes niggas just want comfort. And we can't afford that right now.
Hey, I gotta take a piss. I don't know if y'all want to keep going or we're gonna take a break. What y'all want to do?
Take a break.
All right, bet.
Y'all be taking breaks?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I'm gonna keep rolling now.
Yeah. Hey, on that note, we'll be right back. I'm about to take a piss. Whatever. They can know. I take pisses.
Man, nigga, you pissing?
It's one of those niggas.
Gross.
Crazy, man.
All right, so we're back once again. After
Washed,
that,
never washed up.
Yeah, we are washed, never washed up. This is episode 70, by the way. But yeah, as you can see, we're gonna continue this interview with Rikki Blue. So like we said, man, you're in Atlanta.
Yeah, man.
So I want to like enter ourselves.
Who
into
you
the
bank
story.
with? The story of Atlanta.
But I want to enter ourselves into the story. So we meet you. Well, like my first memory of you is at Tree Sound.
Yes.
I want to say really the first time I really distinctly remember you is like they had like a. I don't really remember. Actually, I don't remember the first time I met you.
It was like a Corona and Cholula.
Okay, that's what I was
sponsored.
gonna say, right? And that was like the free
Yes.
open mic shit, correct?
Okay,
Where
now
niggas
that was
just
okay.
performing?
Now that was
Was that later?
that was the same event. That was the
Yeah,
same
okay.
event. The food just came later.
Okay.
So yeah, it was they had the little theater
Right?
in the
It
room.
was completely open,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
It was just us sitting in there, right? Okay. Making sure. All right.
And so I think they later on had showcases that we ended up. I performed at one of them.
Yeah, we did another one. I want to say it was either Memorial Day or like July 4th.
Every time I
weekend.
seen y'all, it was
Corey
good
was
people
here.
and great food. You know, every time I seen y'all, and then we seen each other, and it was just like, hey.
That Cholula Corona event, I remember because we had talked about anytime we went to Tree Sound, it was like, yeah, this food is shit cool, bro. It's nice to hang out. But who recording?
You know what was so fire? You know, like one thing I say that stood out about you, like with you about me, like well for me, rather it was like I remember me and Sean would always have these conversations. Like, every time we get looks, we be looking around. All right, what the fuck really going on?
Yeah.
And I feel like you kind of had your antennas up in the same way.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, to
Definitely.
a similar adage, the thing that stood out to me was the fact that his focus was like, yo, let's make some music.
On
What
me.
y'all got?
On me.
You want to play some shit?
He was willing to
Play
put
some
his cards on the table. Like I remember me and Sean, nigga, we play unreleased shit. We play half done shit for artists because we like, nigga, what's up? Dude, let's make some music. Let's do this shit.
On me.
But niggas wasn't about that. We had to learn how the industry kind of moves.
Man,
Niggas
and it was almost like you couldn't show up niggas in other niggas shit because you would make them niggas look bad.
It's a way you
they
gotta play
them
this
niggas
shit.
guess, and them niggas not gonna want you around because you gonna dim they light.
Yep.
So now you ain't gonna be invited to the next motherfucker.
This
if
nigga
you
be
say
doing
that.
a lot.
You know.
And it always got to a point where you saw, I mean, that's how you know what a look is. Like, a real look is somebody taking an interest in your shit because they hear something that they can
That's why I can
relate
say
to.
shout out to Groove
or see
Chambers,
something.
man, because Groove has always been a real one. And Molly, of course, is my auntie. Groove used to invite me up to his personal studio, me, him, Black Metaphor, and Free P, and we used to all cook up in there, nigga, and that just felt like we was in motherfucking Quincy Jones' studio.
I mean,
You know
shout
what I'm
out
saying?
to Tree Sound because one thing I
They brought everybody
I got
together,
a
bro.
lot of things I could say, but one thing I can say about them is like they really gave me my first real look. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like
For sure.
like the first
And the
time I was
history
in like
there.
$1 million studio was Tree Sound.
Yeah.
Like,
I
First
mean,
time spending like 24 hours in the studio working on one record.
come on.
Like,
Come
Tree
on.
Sound from beginning to end.
And don't get me wrong, they put your nigga through the ringer, and then they
our
open
first
up the
real
doors.
interview, like our first real interview was like a 3 Little Digs interview. I actually just watched our 3 Little Digs yesterday, and I was like, man, it's crazy. I look older
Shout
then
out
than I
to
did now.
Three Little Diggs, bro. And all them niggas, fool.
Yeah.
Shout out Zay.
Yeah.
Prop,
my boy.
Yeah. Shout out Prop. Shout
Prop,
Zay.
a fit ass nigga. He like
Shout out Kyle. Shout out Kyle
Shout
too.
out Kyle.
He got a podcast right now. I don't remember the name of it. But so we meet you. You're in Tree Sound.
Yeah, man.
And
Looking for the music.
doing your thing. So like another little rumor about you is what I remember the first time I heard about you. It's like, yo, he had the same producer as Isaiah Rashad. You want to like clear that rumor up, or is that real?
Yeah, nigga, I threw Isaiah Rashad first show ever. We all came up together. So like,
how was that? Talk about that.
I mean, it was like, that college collective shit, you know what I'm saying? Where the niggas that banded together, me and Black Metaphor was in the same communications class.
That's crazy.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was my nigga. Black Metaphor, I actually met Black Metaphor on Facebook the year before I went to college on the MTSU incoming freshman page.
That's crazy,
and I was making beats on the MPC.
That's
and he
crazy.
was commenting on my old videos.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
See, this is the type of shit I swear I didn't know about.
So Black
you.
Metaphor always been my dog. It's like that French Montana beat Water. I had that.
That's
that was
crazy.
But I held
That's
on.
crazy.
I held on and didn't press the button.
Crazy,
and
bro.
What? There's so many.
Not French Montana. That's Lil Bibby.
Yeah, Lil Bibby. My bad.
That's
my
crazy.
Bad. But,
that's crazy.
But that
though.
French Montana. And you tonight.
Oh, you already know that.
That was our shit.
Yeah, that was our shit. That's what's crazy is he said Water, and that's what I heard.
Yeah, right. So
Sanctuary.
Bro, that song was so hard.
Bro, Sanctuary, definitely. Had that beat. You know what I'm saying? And fucking slept on it.
That's crazy.
And so Black Metaphor, funny story about him, bro. That's my motherfucking nigga. I love that nigga to death.
Shout out Black Metaphor.
I'm the first nigga he called after he made Ali Boumaier.
That's crazy.
That nigga called my phone. That nigga let me hear that shit. That nigga like we all were so close in like our inception, our incubation as like creatives. And like, man, we just all had like similar ties. Like, nigga, if I found a studio, of course I got my own personal shit, but I'm calling Zay and Michael Da Vinci, like, hey nigga, we got a studio. Right. That's how the Jordan single came about. I kidnapped them niggas like, hey, just trust me, let's go.
Like Brad Jordan, we talking about?
No, yeah, like no. I got a song called Jordan.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, no, you good. That song went stupid on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, that just came from me kidnapping the homies and introducing them to some niggas that was trying to fuck with me, and then the niggas creating their own relationship. How shit organically supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, we all had the same. You know, Free P produced my first song ever, and he was super influential and just like.
So when I first heard you rhyme, like, I really couldn't place it. Like, it's funny that you talked about earlier in the podcast about how, like, you develop your style, not exactly being a Texas nigga.
Right.
Because I really couldn't place you. I'm like, I mean, I guess. Because I really had no... So, like, being in Tennessee, would you say, like... All right, this is a question I guess I want to ask.
I'm from Texas, my boy.
I know, but I'm saying, from your Texas roots, you were in two different cultures. Mm-hmm. So, like... In the way Atlanta is, where we have, it's the artistic side of the things, and then it's like the turn up side of things.
Right.
Like, but we know about Texas. We know about the chop tapes, the chopped and screwed tapes. We know about that side of Texas. Yeah. But we don't necessarily know about artists like you that are lyrical. Right. So when you got to Tennessee, did you see like the same type of culture with like the Isaiah Rashad's type? And then like the Young Dolph types, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, really, like, because we was in college, we seen what was going on in the industry, but we was always making our own wave, our own sound. And they had their own bounce. They, like, even them being the niggas that was from Chattanooga, every nigga from different cities, they clicked up together at the school. The niggas from Memphis was the niggas from Memphis. The niggas from Knoxville was from Knoxville. The niggas from Chat, the niggas from Nashville, like.
So what do you think like gave you the mesh where you can go into different cities?
I'm from the Grove, bro. I'm from Dallas. I'm from where nigga they eating their babies, nigga. Like, you have to be like malleable. You know what I'm saying? The first time I met some niggas from Memphis, like we didn't understand the lingo, right? So like they like in my head, they trying to, you know what I'm saying, talk, you know what I'm saying, trying to talk flower from these bitches, you know what I'm saying? And so like, I'm like, what's up, bro? You scoring? And the whole crowd just stopped. And one of the niggas said, like, basketball? And then everybody bust out laughing. And it just showed me like the difference in like, they call it checking or joning. We call it scoring.
Yeah, it's roasting.
You know what I'm saying? So, or you peeling a nigga, you flaming a nigga. So like, man, it was always me being the only nigga from where I'm from around everybody else. So like,
you step in an environment, you just gotta analyze the situation.
Come on, bro. So like, I ain't got no allegiance to no side, cause nigga, I ain't from here, nigga. I'm from Texas, nigga.
Right.
I'm a Dallas nigga. I'm a Grove nigga, fool. You know what I'm saying? So like, being able to like appreciate people for who they were, where they were, and not have any preconceived idea of who they were, just like, you know what I'm saying? That allowed me to really, you know what I'm saying, mesh communities together and bring niggas together that would never kicked it. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Well, shit.
All right, so while you were in Atlanta, what were some of the things you set out to accomplish musically?
Man, I used to go to the department store and see, you know, OG Maco and all them niggas like just rocking that hoe. And man, Atlanta at the time, I wasn't thinking Migos, I wasn't thinking nothing. I saw a city that welcomed good music, and if you was good enough, they'll fuck with you. They wasn't no haters. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe if you from here, it's different. Just like Dallas. Dallas love niggas that's not from Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Dallas love Moneybagg Yo. Like
it's kind of like the cardinal rule of music. Like
you gotta get big in other markets in order to be respected in your own.
I was given in that privilege that I got being out of town, nigga, bro. I humbly, you know what I'm saying, embrace that. It wasn't never no cocky shit. I was glad to be and gracious to be in any situation that niggas showed me love, and department store was definitely one of those first places. And so I set out to really just, man, I think at that time I was trying to prove I was good enough. I was trying to prove that, like, you know, I could stand on my own as an artist, that I didn't need a collective's backing to validate my artistry. I was trying to be heard, you know, and Atlanta gave me every outlet I needed, from DTP to Tree Sound to department store, man. And I ended up running to one too many of who you bang with niggas, and nigga, money ran low. And then I met this one that what really turned me off, or really had me like in a fucked up situation. I had met this A&R who had made me right in the middle of me getting evicted from the little bando we was, you know. And nigga told me and my partner we come stay with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? We move all our shit. And about 3 days in, he tells us we gotta find somewhere to stay. And I had exhausted my resources. Nigga, I ain't had no more help. And I remember calling my brother like, hey, bro, I don't know what else to do. And he was like, bro, come home. I got you. And so for the first time since 2010, I went home in 2015. And by that time, you know, I was off probation, you know, and, you know, I had developed somewhat of a name for myself to where, like, when I got back home, I wasn't just no local nigga trying to do music, nigga. I was Rikki Lou.
Yeah.
And I was home for like 3 months, man. July, August, September, October. Nigga, October 15th, nigga, I moved to LA with $60 in the one-way. And so the whole time, my niggas had, the only reason why LA was so much of a destination was like, nigga, when Zay was getting signed, nigga, I couldn't even put myself in the position because I was on probation. And I had already had connections with niggas, but hoe-ass niggas in the middle, or niggas that wasn't even involved, started throwing salt in the game and trying to blackball a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then that just ruined that whole idea. But I saw niggas go to the West and get it. And I was like, bitch, I didn't got it on from New York, Tennessee, Atlanta.
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well, nigga.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen the ocean. Fuck it. Moved out there with $60 in one way with my nigga Heavy, man. Shout out my nigga Heavy. If it weren't for my nigga Heavy, bro, I wouldn't have survived LA. This nigga knew Spanish. Somehow we ended up in East LA. Nigga killing territory on Lorena Street. Blood In, Blood Out, the movie that's like the Mexican Boys in the Hood. Yeah, they OGs was my nigga big brother. There's 2 houses next door to each other, nigga. Nigga, I'm Enriqueto over there. I got caught a nigger crab at the gas station. Just off of me just not realizing what I had on and me just being where I'm from.
Yeah.
I got on all blue because my name Rikki Blue, nigga, and I'm from some shit you on, nigga. What?
Yeah. It's not.
But
yeah.
in L.A.,
it's not what we doing like in the South.
But in L.A.,
yeah,
I got on a baseball jersey that say 52 on the back.
It means something.
I got an SD on the front. White shoes, all blue. I got a Chase Bank hat on. I was
doing everything.
Clean.
Doing everything you probably shouldn't be doing in Cali.
Yeah, and a tweaker called me a nigger crab. And that in itself was a crazy moment because I'm from Texas. Like, Mexicans say nigga more than niggas. Mexicans got bald fades and wear Jordans. Don't see about it. I swear to God, that whole little Mexico right down the street where them niggas ain't playing. Some Mexicans off of PV. There's some real deal Mexicans, bro. Real deal. Valid. And you ain't gonna tell them they can't say nigga. It's a fade.
No, that's how it goes down.
So how long was you in LA?
Man, I was in LA for score 3. No, I was in LA for like 2.5 years, bro. I ended up leaving April 2017 on the reins of having my son.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Bam.
Shout out my nigga Bam Bam. You know what I'm saying? I just put Bam Bam on his first song ever, bro. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. He hit that hoe.
That's hard.
He hit that hoe. I was like, oh my God.
All right.
Yeah, so like, yeah, man. I ended up going out there and, bro, I went out to LA, fool, and I seen what was going on, and like, a lot of LA niggas are complaining about out of town niggas like going there and getting on, but like, niggas be spoiled growing up in Hollywood. Niggas get spoiled growing up in proximity to resources, and just like bad bitches, you be sleeping on her because you close to her, and then you realize she was really a bad bitch, fool. You was just,
I don't know, man. You know.
No, I hear y'all. I hear y'all. Everything that glitters ain't gold, but resources are resources. And what I'm telling you is like, out there, niggas is selling water to thirsty niggas in the desert.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, yes, you can go there and get a lick. Or you can realize you had in yourself the whole time, go to your crib or go where it's comfortable and create the same thing that you saw niggas recreating over there in the goddamn desert. It's a mirage, nigga. It's a facade. Some niggas benefit from it, most niggas don't. But if you can analyze it and see it for what it is, nigga, you gotta play the game to change the game. And when I was out there, nigga, I'm telling you, I don't go down the street without $60, bro. You know what I'm saying? So something told me, nigga, go on, nigga, go. What, you gonna die?
Yeah, no. I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm on board.
And in that, man, I ended up leaving LA. Nigga, I got sponsored by SoundCloud. Got endorsed by Sprite. Sprite wrote a check for 11 bands for a repost on SoundCloud. That showed me then, hold on, all the rap shit cool and this circle jerking niggas doing. Pause. All that shit cool. But it's multi-million-dollar corporations that's cutting checks for niggas, fool.
Yeah, for doing
with
this
no
rap
hesitation, with the press of a button with a. Niggas getting paid, bruh.
Yeah.
Licensing syncs and aligning yourself. They already taking advantage of your culture and benefiting from black bodies. You a billboard. Can you slip? Nigga, Sprite endorsed a song about police brutality, nigga. They ain't even know. They ain't even feel it. They ain't even know. Go listen to All In. Go listen to All In by Rikki Blue on SoundCloud. I'm talking about police shooting niggas and how we ain't going for none of that shit no more. Sprite said, check please.
They saw Pepsi did and they was like, yo, all right.
Come on. Come on.
We gonna do it right.
So all it is aligning yourself. It ain't no such thing as luck. It's preparation and opportunity. And if you find yourself in the opportunity without being an opportunist, niggas always put that connotation on it. It is bad. Niggas always running around trying to benefit off everything you got going. Yeah, no. But if a nigga turns nothing into something, nigga, how you mad at that nigga?
Yeah, so
it wasn't set up for me to get to where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nigga, and I took what I had, nigga, and made this shit stretch, nigga, and I broke this shit down, nigga. I grammed this shit out, nigga. Like, I put it all on the line. And in LA, it was so crazy. The Most High so real, fool. Like, everybody I met that took care of me or brought me into the crib was a fan of my music. Like, my little nigga Ryan had listened to me back in middle school. So it wasn't shit for me to crash on the nigga couch as I got back right. My nigga Martin on Lorena Street fucked with my music. So when I touched down in LA, I ain't telling niggas I'm broke. I'm like, hey, yo, I just got to LA. What's happening? Where it's at? They don't know I got a backpack, $60. I'm eating Del Taco every night, stealing cookies. Stealing cookies. Trying to get some nourishment. Walking, getting hoed by hoe-ass niggas that said they was gang and that they was bad it. Getting kicked out, getting found out about living situations, being fucked up, living in situations, living in studios with no showers, having to get a 24-hour fitness membership, nigga. Nigga, whole baths in the shop. Niggas don't know about that addict shit, nigga.
How
long? Can I take one more?
All right, go ahead.
My nigga Andrew that died, nigga, after hitting his head in the attic at the studio I was in, bro. Let's talk about malpractice, nigga. My nigga Andrew. The only reason I went to LA with $60 in a one-way is because I met a nigga named Andrew. Andrew, bro, nigga named acronym, AK, acronym, and then RY, you know what I'm saying? On Twitter, you can see his last tweets, nigga, let's get this money, nigga, Enfy. Bro, my nigga told me, hey, bro, you come to LA, nigga, I'll shoot all your videos. I got you. He had just shot ASAP Rocky shit, he had the red, he was good. And I was like, fuck it, nigga, that's what I need.
Yeah.
I need that. I'll risk it all, nigga, so I went to LA. I got to LA, my nigga brother killed himself. So we can't link as soon as I'm thinking we can link. So I'm having to stay alive, shook and jive, be in rival hoods and shit, getting shot at and shit, just random shit, like dealing with being in LA, chasing that one thing that's gonna legitimize me, some visuals, nigga. You get what I'm saying? But I finally end up finagling this studio situation right off of Jefferson Street. And like, I was supposed to meet this nigga named Spaceboy. Shout out Spaceboy, he a nigga from Dallas, from the Cliff. He had a studio in LA, and I'm supposed to link with him for a session. I get to the session, my phone dead, and I don't know where I'm at. But I know I'm at the location because I'm at the Uber. And so I see a door, white people and shit, music and shit. I'm walking around, I guess I look lost. White dude asked, hey man, what's going on? I was like, what's up, man? I'm looking for the studio. My boy sent me this address, my phone died. Hey, what's your name? Rikki Blue. What you do? Do music. Let me hear something. Man, I let that nigga hear like 3 songs. He said, hey, what you need? I said, what? He said, what you need? I said, well, shit, I was just getting crawled on by roaches on the Lorena Street in East LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I need somewhere to lay my head and to create if I'm gonna do this shit. You know what I'm saying? He said, come on. I said, if you fuck with me, I fuck with all my niggas. He said, come on. So my partner just broke his ankle playing too goddamn much, jumping over fucking medians and shit, not realizing it was a 6-foot drop off. Man, imagine walking in a rival hood. Imagine walking in a hood where niggas don't like you because you black and your partner limping.
I mean, I'm not gonna get into it.
You know what I'm saying? So like, these are the stipulations I'm in. When I'm going after these sessions, nigga, I'm trying to get it, nigga. And so that was that moment that I got some relief, nigga. End up moving me and my nigga into the studio. Fast forward 1 month, my nigga Andrew, he finally got his shit back right. Nigga, his brother passed away and shit like that. He came to the studio. I'm gonna wrap it up, I'm sorry. But like, my nigga Andrew came to the studio. We used to live in the goddamn attic. And in the attic, you had to it had living quarters, we had converted and shit, but you had to duck. I'm 6'8", so I'm telling niggas, hey bro, you gotta duck your head, you know what I'm saying? We all done binked our shit on that hoe before, just trial and error. You know, said we was gonna put pads up there, never did. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we was living. My nigga Andrew pull up, he fuck around and crack his shit, boom. He good though. You say, Andrew, you straight, nigga? You straight? Yeah, I'm good. He had like a little sliver of red in his forehead. I guess how white people, you can tell they got a concussion or some shit. And so everything was cool. We ended up smoking, chopping it up about what we finna do. Now we finally got the studio. We got the space. I got my nigga here. I didn't survive LA. I got something. My nigga go home, and the next day he hit me. He was telling me he couldn't sleep. He was gonna go to the doctor. I was like, all right, bet. Nigga went to the doctor. Told the doctor he couldn't sleep. I think he told me his head because he had a concussion. The doctor prescribed this nigga sleep medicine, fool. My nigga went home, took that medication, bro, and died in his sleep. So now the only reason why I'm in LA, nigga. Nigga, yeah. I came here with $60 and a one-way to meet a nigga. And I had to get busy, bro. And this whole time I've been chasing that visual element, chasing it. Cause niggas ain't gonna wanna, bro, I learned from working with niggas that don't wanna see you win. I learned from working with niggas that's trying to bust you over the head for their quality and shit, bro. I ain't got no room for no nigga that's trying to tax me for some shit that's gonna benefit both of us.
Yeah, it's definitely Atlanta. Like that's gonna come with it.
I ain't got no room for that. So like you ain't gonna meet them type of niggas like Andrew every day.
Yeah.
That's a once in a lifetime type nigga, fool. You know what I'm saying? So like my journey for that became self-preservation. It became survival. It became, bitch, what?
Yeah, I think I noticed that in Tree Sound. Like we seemed to be one of the few people that were in there not afraid to press our line when it came down to getting shit recorded. And
niggas be scared, bro. Niggas be scared to rap with niggas that can rap, bro.
It's interesting to hear where that perspective comes from. Like I think your story being so up and down makes a real dynamic character in the studio because you approach it differently. It's like hooping. Like you see how a nigga came up, who he played in high school. You can kind of trace how he played when he get to either college or the league because you see what he was up against. You see what he was around.
Yeah, I want to get into the actual new album, man. We're getting to 6 Rings. We'll be right back, bitches.
Yeah, we are back. Washed Never Washed Up. Still sitting here with Rikki Blue. We left the topic of talking about some of the trials and tribulations you went through, going, I guess, through the circles you were working in LA. How do you feel like a lot of the hard times affected the way you make music now?
Man, I saw the value in having a catalog. Like, because when you ain't got no money, you ain't got no leverage. But when you got undeniable art, you got content, you can create leverage, you can create momentum where there isn't.
Hey, look, I got this.
So the way that I was able to like create my music, nigga, 6 Rings is the first of 6 albums I'm sitting on. And
you
so,
got equity.
And so, so like, and when approaching anybody in any business venture, you know, I feel like I maintain the creative control because I already got this shit mapped out. So like,
that's real.
When it come to that, man, I think the confidence in my catalog, the confidence in my work ethic, and how I've forced myself. Like I seen that interview with Gucci Mane. He was talking about he did like 7 songs a day. And I was like, nigga, Gucci Mane can do 7 songs a day. I know I can.
I took a similar approach when I heard like that Jay-Z or Biggie didn't write rhymes. Like,
yeah. See, I'm a writer, bro. I loved AP English and shit, and
same.
To Catch a Ride, a Catcher in the Rye.
Any standardized tests, whatever was like. Yo,
I'm an Allen Iverson type nigga. I like unorthodox like styles and shit. So when I feel like somebody is coming from this shit from left field, and like I'm like, nigga, if they can do that, like you know what I'm saying? When you see like the for instance, like I got like a pinched nerve in my shoulder. So like when I saw like the one-handed dude on Baller's Life.
Which one? This one?
Other one. Yeah. When I saw the one-handed dude on Baller's Life,
he touched it like he was about to fix it right there. I was like, damn, what you about to do,
excited.
What's like, this right?
Get all around the world.
He's like, I only felt right shoulder. I can't do left shoulder.
With the top doctors from around the world.
But if it was that right shoulder,
he might have learned, bro. Like in all his travels and shit.
Nigga, this is the Green Mile, ain't it, nigga?
Yeah. He might be Rikki Blue, the medicine man and shit.
Come on, man. I do want to go to
Name
Tibet.
of the pod.
medicine man.
I do want to go to Tibet one day and just be a monk for a minute.
You do got a Sean Connery ponytail right now too. Yeah, you know.
But anyway, man, let's get into your new album, man. I want to talk about Six Rings. Let's talk about it, man. So, like, how did you start on it? Like, what was the process of making the album?
Man, Six Rings, it really came into fruition because I was trying to create some momentum for my stay-at-home project. And
so this is like a quarantine-esque project?
Yeah, stay at home is the one that's coming after Six Rings. But, so when I linked up with the producer Off Key, man, it was so crazy. I got linked up with him from my partner, my nigga Eakin, and his dad must have worked with Off Key's dad or something like that, and knew he did music and wanted to link us up. I had never met this nigga before, so I'm fresh in Atlanta. I get an address that's in Kennesaw. I'm in Lithonia. That's an hour.
Yeah.
It's a hike.
I don't drive an hour for no coochie, let alone a studio.
I don't drive, period.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Or it's not.
There's nothing I'm going to talk about.
But what I'm saying is something told me, nigga, go.
Yeah.
Go. Fuck it. Go,
That nigga, that's how we was at Tree Sound.
Exactly.
Right.
And so like it looked like a setup, feel like a setup. Fuck. Might be a setup. But when I got out there, you know what I'm saying?
If a guy says like meet me in Kennesaw, then I probably wouldn't go. But
I'm fresh out here, so I ain't got the context. So I pull up, it's a great big dumbass house. You feel me? And so we walk in, and it ain't no furniture nowhere, and I'm like, what the fuck? This definitely a setup. I'm finna die in this house. We go to the attic. No, we go to the basement. We come to the basement, nigga. That bitch flesh out to a full blown studio. And what I like, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Mic right there, ain't no booth for Mike right there. The producer right there. It's a real, you know what I'm saying? They got the full board, SSL board, everything lit. You know what I'm saying? And I let my nigga hear a couple records, and he didn't really want to hear no more. He was ready to work. I'm like, shit, me too. And so, nigga, we did like 2 records on the spot. I did Mean to Me in one take right there in front of everybody.
Can I ask you something?
You know what I'm saying?
Because like I've done, we have multiple projects with one producer, and when you did like those first 2 joints, did you did you feel that vibe? Like, oh yeah, I like the like. How you like get that like synergy with someone? Yeah,
definitely. I think the synergy was there before we even started making music. Like what type of nigga he is, and then what type of nigga I am. When we linked, we were already thinking, yeah, it ain't no, because he didn't really want to hear nothing I had done. He can't do nothing with what I've done. He a producer.
He hear like, what he wants from you that point in time.
Come on, like we ain't finna sit in here circle jerk. We finna make some work.
That's another thing I can compare a lot of like your energy when you come to a studio. It's like, all right, man, what we doing? Because at the end of the day, we only really here for one reason.
Come on. And honestly, like getting over the fluff, getting over the ego, man.
Have you done prior projects with one producer or?
Yeah, my first mixtape
ever.
Right. Well, okay. 33, my first mixtape.
Yeah, I just know I listened to the Black Tape before the pod, so it was just fresh.
On me. But my first mixtape ever, 33, was produced by Thank God for Cody. And so he did my whole first tape.
Do you like? All right, so.
And then I just did, the Black Tape.
This is an artist question, and maybe people don't care about this, but do you prefer to work on your own stability where you just pick beats here and there and put together a project? Or do you prefer to work with one producer?
I like doing a lot of things, and I think what allows me to do both.
Nah. What's your favorite thing, nigga? I don't want no corporate answer, nigga.
No, what I'm saying
do you like drink champs? Like, yo,
there's a place.
You gotta take a shot.
What I'm saying is there's a place for music that's curated by one producer, and there's a place for an amalgamation
what's your favorite,
of songs.
Though? What's your favorite?
I like nothing more than sitting down with a producer and creating.
That's what I was trying to get to. So I feel like that too.
I feel like that's you not waiting on me to bedazzle you with some raps. I'm not waiting on you to play something that I like.
Yeah, we can just go through the process naturally, right?
Come on.
Shit like it's
same way we did our record. Like we sat there and figured it out. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna just
come on,
some beats. We're gonna keep
oh
going.
my God,
creating the album.
Shortstop is crazy,
producing.
by the way.
And
Shortstop is crazy.
I feel like that's just playing around.
I know, but like niggas was just juggling.
I'm saying, but what should we really?
I think that's a dope thing about like sitting down and really being able to work on shit.
It's also like Session
Nigga, I know your verse.
you get the time to flesh out those ideas, break down all the nuances.
Come on, man. Spin a good extra one. Come on. I know. But
yeah, man. But back to Six Rings. So I remember being around during the time period you was actually sitting down and coming up with a lot of the songs post that session. Because I talked to you that night and you was like, bro, I'm out in Kennesaw right now.
No
like, shit, nigga.
No cap.
I'll see you next week.
No cap. And, you said, be careful, nigga. I said, okay.
And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like this cat, like, is one of those producers that you found, like, you know what I mean, somewhere on the internet during the SoundCloud era. But I didn't connect the two dots. Like, oh, nah, you actually pulled up on him and were able to build. I thought it was like one of those internet albums.
Nah,
you done
bro.
one of those too.
On me. Yeah. This was live and in person. And what was so cool was that when we met each other, we realized we didn't know each other and we had never met each other. And we was like, damn, how did we get here? And like, nigga, how? From your partner, daddy, that used to work with him? Where? And now we passed that because, nigga, you doped in a bitch. Nigga, you think I'm doped in a bitch.
And we can do some shit.
And nigga, we can do a lot of shit.
Let's just do something. It's always fun working with you in the studio because, you know, like, for me and Sean, it's like, you know, I'm not gonna like get on this lyrical tangent, but
fuck it.
I do feel like
you niggas can't rap with us. Sit down. I'm the first rapper to go on Sway in the Morning from Pleasant Grove, Dallas, Texas.
He said
and niggas act like it didn't happen, nigga. Soulja Boy, I'm the first one.
Yeah, but you know, I feel honored to rap on the stage with you because I feel like you're a lyricist. You know what I mean?
Man, likewise, bro. Y'all niggas are definitely like tribesmen or fellow. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, you know, y'all are part of a tribe, and we met on our nomadic journey.
Sometimes me and Sean talk about like we'll trade bars, and like I might highlight some shit he said, and then vice versa, and I'm like, nigga, I feel like niggas ain't even really catching all this shit, and I feel like the same shit with you sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes you ain't even really getting the props you deserve, which is one of the reasons why we have platforms like this where we can highlight niggas that are super dope, actually have a real following and ain't just playing with this shit, and we can just, you know, give them a little bit more
shout out to y'all,
shine.
bro, because like to be selfless like that, man, that mean a lot. That show like not only class, but it show like y'all intent and what y'all really want to create. And
well,
like,
if you win, we win.
Come on.
I want to make sure that everybody
else. I'm trying to go in on a V with a nigga. Let's win.
Nah, man. This is a winner already, man. So I think we're gonna end it right there.
Six rings, man. Get that shit.
Not another whole ass podcast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, drop all your socials.
Yo, so we live on Green Room, Spotify Green Room. Download the app. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Where Are All the Black People is our 24-hour running room, but it's not another whole ass podcast. Not another whole ass podcast. It's Rikki Blue, man. I'm everywhere. RIKKIBLU. Don't put no E on that shit. That's this white girl in Montana with this dog, and you're not gonna find my music. So tap in with me, man. Shout out to motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Watch guys, man. Watch never washed up. You dig?
Like, subscribe, share.
Oh yeah.
Stay black.
No, for real.
Shout out 404 Creators.
Yeah, man. You see
him,
him,
you see him.
us.
Big love.
Yeah. Shout out 404 Creators. We are the Wash Guys. We are Washed, Never Washed Up. I am Draft.
I am Sean Luke Picard.
And we are out.
Thank you.
Yeah.